For class. I've started recording.
Oh, hi everybody. I'm Shelly. It's so good to virtually meet you. Tell me where you're from. Open up your chat. I know the funnest thing about doing these Michael's Zoom workshops, we are from everywhere. I'm from the smack dab middle of California. I think it's going to be like 107 today. So that's my happy little place. We've got Georgia, we've got North Dakota. Samantha, hi, you guys. Awesome. Florida, Virginia, so cool. All from different time zones. So I've got you with me for about an hour today. I like to give a little bit of background about myself, since I guess I should tell you, since you're going to have to be listening to me a little bit, and why I am qualified to be here in front of you. So again, my name is Shelly. You can call me that. My business name is Scribble and Script. I'm actually a professional calligrapher and crafter. I know, it's my actual job. Very cool. So I'm here in front of you. We're going to do some really fun things today on some jeans. So whether you have jeans in front of you and you want to do it along with me, or you just want to focus on some techniques I'm going to teach you, we are going to use the Tulip Colorcraft dimensional fabric paint to make really amazing 80s designs. And I even have the jeans that I have are very 80s, like torn, high-waisted mom jeans with bell bottoms. So I'm actually going to wear these in the real world after I make them with you. So I'm pretty stoked. I used to do this when I was younger. I will just tell you, I'm 34 years old. I was born in 1987. So I missed the heart of the 80s by just a little bit, but in the early 90s, we were still doing all this stuff. So we're going to throw some patches on using the Aleene's fabric fusion glue, which is really great because it's just a quick fusion and you don't have to worry about it after that. It's a set it and forget it type thing. But I work a lot with Tulip. I am an ambassador of theirs, so I trust their products completely. I use them for all of my clients when they ask for different things on fabric. So I'm so stoked to get crazy and use some really fun colors. But any questions that you guys have for me as this process goes on, throw them in the chat. I have Jackie here from Tulip helping me out, answer questions about the products or anything that, if I'm kind of in the zone working on my jeans, she can help you with. But for the most part, I'll be watching the chat as well. I have two feeds. Here's my cool face, but I'm going to have you switch in a moment over to my other feed that you can find if you check out the gallery view. There's my face, and then there's a different one that says Shelly's camera. So that is my iPhone that is going to be focused on my jeans, and I'm going to stand up and turn this video off, and you guys can see how I create these really cool things. Now, if you're a little younger than me and you haven't made 80s jeans yet, you can raise your hand if you're younger. That's okay. But those of us who have done this before, what the 80s was all about was wacky colors. Nothing had to match. Everything just needed to be your personality. So what I have, if you glance at my Shelly's camera on my jeans, it's things that personally I love. So I have all these patches that I found, of course, at Michael's. So these are applique patches. You can go to Michael's to their applique aisle and you can find all of the patches that fit your needs. I mean, come on. Cheeseburgers, pizzas, cherries, you got to have the smiley faces. Those were indicative of that time. Rainbow smiley face. We're going to get crazy, you guys. So we're going to put these kind of haphazardly all over these jeans. I wanted to show you how amazing Tulip packages these puff paints. You have every color under the sun, and I'm going to teach you the proper way to use these fabric paints, and we're going to kind of throw some wrenches in the plan so you can use them in a little bit different way too. So let's go for it. I'm going to turn my face video off for now so you don't have to look at my weird like side body as I'm doing these jeans. And of course, as always, you guys, let me know if you have any questions and let's have some fun together. I'm really excited. Okay, let me stop this video. Okay, so here's my 80s mom jeans, everybody. I'm gonna do the front of the jeans today. Now, you have to let your puff paint dry for 24 hours before you flip it over and do the back. But ideally, you want to do both sides of your jeans as wacky crazy as you can. So the back If you have normal jeans, they'd have back pockets. And just for reference, after we're done doing the front, you definitely want to go and stick some stuff on the pockets. I mean, as much as possible. So that's just for future ref when you're done doing the front. But let's start playing. I'm so excited to do this. Okay. Step number 1, I'm going to put some patches on. We're going to use our Aleene's Quick Dry Fabric Fusion. We're going to put a couple dots on the back. I have some, I was playing with this earlier, and if you're not careful, you have to make sure there's no pressure on the end. I was not careful. So it's nice and clear drying. So I'm just going to do a few dots. You can line it if you'd like. You don't want to go too overboard. You wouldn't really need to. So we're going to stick these. Oh gosh, where do I want it? I would like it kind of where this would normally go. Let's do that. There's no rhyme or reason, not all. That's what I love about 80s everything. Just colors, colors, colors. So let's do that there. Love it. I want to let's do a pizza kind of like right next to it. So I'm going to try to use as much as my jean as I can and just kind of have these cascading down. And it's all personal preference. Where would I want? I don't want my pizza in my crotch. There we go. Let's do our pizza there. I'm going to add a couple of these, and then we are going to do some paint. So I just want to have a basis of where I need to outline the rest of my paint before I get real crazy with my paint. Let's do another smiley face right near my pizza. Again, don't need to go too overboard on the paint, on the glue. I love that. It's not runny. It's wonderful. Let's do this guy, boop, right down there. Okay. Now I'm going to get into my puff paint. I want to do bright colors. So I'm going to say, let's do kind of neon colors of the rainbow. Let's start with these colors for me. I'll probably add some baby blue in there too. But for now, let's do bright pink. The thing about the 80s/early 90s, swirls, jagged, paint splatters, all kinds of fun stuff. We just want to make it have a little bit of rhyme or reason. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start up here. I'm going to make a nice big blob. Look at how great that stays. I love it. Not runny. It'll dry like that if you want it to, which is why I love this paint so much. But I like to make some dots. I'm going to make some dots first. Some big, some small, like this, and just round it off. I like when it has a little point at the top. I think that's adorable. And you guys, that'll dry just like that. So if you leave it there, that'll stay just like that after 24 hours. It will be good to go if you need to wash them. I just say be delicate with any fabric paint. Don't throw it in the wash just haphazardly and put it in the dryer. Just take care of your stuff as if you had actual paint on your fabric. So be careful with that. I'm going to add a little bit more right here. Let's do a swirl. So let's do a swirl. We're going to start in the middle. And I like to hold my paint well above my jeans. I want it to be jaggedy and fun. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I love it. So fun. Okay, so great. If you wanted it to be a little more straight, you'd go quicker. I wanted that look because again, I want it to be wacky doodle. So I'm going to switch my colors now. Let's go to orange. And I'm actually going to add some more dots right here. If you have any kind of air bubbles, all you need to do is put your lid on first. Don't forget to put your lid on your paints before you shake them. That will be a disaster. Shake it just a couple times and you'll get rid of those air bubbles. Okay. But if you shake it without putting the lid on, that's bad news bears. Okay, let's trail these out a little bit. Like that. Here's a pro tip for you guys. If you don't want to just go for it like I am, what you can do is use a piece of chalk. This is just a piece of Crayola anti-dust chalk, or just anything you have around. You could use a chalk pencil, but if you're afraid to just go for it, you can just as easily draw in your designs. Say you want another smiley face right there. Draw it with chalk first, then go with your puff paint, switch to teal, and you can draw it right over your chalk. Look at that. Some of us like to plan first. I like to just go for it because I am kind of a artiste like that. And then you have your outline right there. See? And it's all good. I want to fill these pants up as much as possible. I just want there to be no blue. So let's switch to our neon green now. I'm gonna add, what should we do, you guys? Let's do some like zigzags, ziggy zaggies, crazy ziggy zaggies. I'm gonna make these go all along the front. It almost looks like, my husband is a nurse, and so what does he call that? Like an echocardiogram. And he's always like, that's the wrong heart rhythm. I'm like, quiet you. So just zigzags. And if you have any hard time finding inspiration for what this should look like, you can always Google 80s painted jeans, and you'll find designs just like this. I looked myself to make sure that I was right on with the time, and we just need tons of colors, tons of fun things. Now I want to teach you a technique using a paintbrush. If you guys have any paintbrushes, these are from Michaels. I just grabbed one of the packs that they had ready to go with a little bit bigger tip. What you can do for the paint splatter. Has any of you ever done a paint splatter type thing? You put a bulk of paint on your paintbrush and then you tap it like this. So let's do that. Let's do light blue. We're just gonna put a big glob of paint on our paintbrush like so. You're gonna turn it over after you do this. So we've got a good amount. Turn it over so it's faced toward the jeans. And then here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yes. Look at that. And you just keep adding to it. I love the paint splatter. Let's add some more of that. Let's do some up here. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. Isn't that cool? I love the paint splatter. If any of you have any suggestions, shout them out to me and I'll see if I can't make them happen. I'm excited. My kids are going to love this. I have 3 kids and they're going to want me to do their jeans. So this makes me very happy. And then what you can do with your paintbrush right afterwards, you don't have to put it in water. You can really just wipe it off. This is just a little wet towelette that I use like so. Okay, all good. And now we can use a different color. I want to use a brighter color. Let's go back to orange. I have to know, put in the chat, what was your favorite design of the 80s, everybody? If you didn't live through the 80s, you know that it's popular again. So what's your favorite thing that you've been seeing? Okay, let's do a big glob. Let's add some more. Boom, right there. Yeah. See, and just get it everywhere. I never get to be messy in my job anymore. This is so fun. I love it. Express yourself. Express yourself. Love. What do you guys think about the paint splatter? Would you do this? Would you paint splatter on your jeans? I need to know. Tell me. Yep, get it on the patches. Get it all over there. I'm going to switch colors. So I'm just going to wipe off. Wipe it right off. That's what I love about this fabric paint. Just comes right off. You don't have to rinse it. Ooh, Tammy would. Tammy would do it. What color haven't I used yet? Let's do yellow. A little bit of yellow here. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do some hibiscus flowers too in just a second. Ooh, that's a neon. That's super cool. Very cool. Sorry, in the background, you may hear my 2-year-old screaming because I'm at home. He won't come in on us, hopefully. There we go. Let's do, you know what? Let's add some more swirls. A little swirl here. See if you want to go a little bit faster. You're not going to get any of that zigzagging in your swirls. Let's add another one here. See, the quicker you go, the smoother it's going to be, just like that. Let me get rid of these. Hold on one second. There we go. Straighten my stuff out. Okay. So let me teach you a fun little easy way how to do flowers with this fabric paint. Let's do, what colors? Let's do the neon pink. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my pink. Here's what we do. Let's get you some room here to look. Let's do it on my leg. Look at that, the perfect 80s tear on these jeans. Then I'm going to add a little bit more patching here. Okay, So for this flower, there's two ways I'm going to teach you how to do these easy florals with this fabric paint. And you don't really need anything other than your fingers and this paint. The hibiscus that we're going to do is going to be a C shape. So we're going to make one C shape like this. We're going to squeeze just ever so light. Oh, I need to shake it because I have a little air in there. So remember, put your lid back on, shake it down. We're ready to go. Lid back off. Okay, we're going to do big C shape, like that. Then you're going to come inward and see, there's our C. There's petal number 1 in a C, but we're going to bend in and create a U in the middle. So we're going to bend in, up into a U and finish it off. There's petal number 1. It doesn't look like, it kind of looks like a Pac-Man right now, which also would work very well for this design. But I'm going to leave a gene in between because I just want the outline. If you wanted to, you could color it, you could fill it in. But for now, I'm just going to leave the outline and we'll see where we go from here. We're going to make 4 of these all around the shape of a hibiscus. So we're going to make another one. I like to make them a little bit haphazard. I don't like them to be identical. So we make another C shape. This one's going to be a little bit thinner. Up into the U and stop. There's leaf number 2. Do leaf number 3, same shape. Again, make it a little bit wonky. And then we go to leaf number 4 to fill the gap. Just like that. Oh yeah. Great. So there we have our leaves, our petals for the hibiscus, sorry, the petals. Now we're going to go in and we're going to add the, I think the technical term of this is the stamen. I don't know, it's been a while since I've been in school, but the stamen, let's do yellow. So we'll go, oh, let me shake it. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Well, you can make it head really any direction. I try to make it go into a gap either way. So based on our design, I'm going to have it go downward. Really, because if my leg is here and there's a bend, I don't want my stamen to be hidden because I'm going to make a really pretty design down here. So let's do, we're going to just do a really long, we're going to do a C design here. So we always start in our C, just like that. And you're going to continue out into a point. Continue out into a point, just like that. Then I like to do some dots around it for a little bit of pollen, like that, little and big, all different sizes, like so. And then I go and add leaves. Leaves will do green. Again, don't forget, shake it a couple times. Good to go. Now the leaves, again, everything you do with florals, as far as I'm concerned, we make in C or S shapes. So we're going to go out into the groove. I'm going to do an S shape going out like this, and then curve it back in into a C. And there's leaf number 1, a little line down the middle, like that. I'm going to do another leaf coming right off, filling that gap right there, and I'll end up, we'll see what design I want to put right there, maybe some more paint splatters. So we just very slowly make our way down the jean leg. I like to kind of focus in one spot and work my way down instead of doing some here, then switching over here, then going down to the bottom of the leg, because you want to make sure you don't have any negative space. And the way you do that is filling it as you go, not jumping all around. I kind of did it a little bit up here, but I had an idea in my mind of where I wanted all of these to sit. So let's add some more leaves. Oops, shaking my table here. Oh, you know what? Let's add a different color green. We need some more color in there, color variation. So I'm going to switch to this bright teal to add a little color difference. Here we go. Okay, shook it a little bit. Let's do a leaf in this direction. I'm going to make this one a little bigger. Look at that, and that fills our space a bit more. Like that. One more little leaf right off the end. If you have any gapping or bulging, this is really easy to manipulate. And I actually kind of like, again, I like the look of it being a tad bit messy. I think it ties it in a little bit better. Let's make a stem like that. You can stem it all the way in if you want to. I love that. Let's do one small leaf right here. So we're just filling space. Filling space with the same designs. Like a little line down the middle here. Let's do one more. See how easy? I hope this looks easy. I taught myself this technique. How old was I? Gosh, I must have been in 3rd or 4th grade when I started to do the hibiscus, and I used to do this on my backpacks with puff paint. So it's really nostalgic for me to get to do it again with you guys. I haven't done it in a very, very long time. And so there's our big hibiscus flower. What do you guys think? You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. I think it's just adorable the way that it looks. So I want to teach you one more technique for if you're not a hibiscus person. I'm going to teach you how to do some florets with your puff paint. So let's do some florets. But for the time being, oh, you know what? Let's add some more craziness here and here. Let's do some more little swirls. Let's use our blue here. I don't like there to be too much gapping. If you look at any pictures of the 80s stuff, there's really no room. All the room is taken up. So make sure that you fill all that negative space without making it look, you know, way on top of each other. So let's do another swirl right there. Love it. And let's do a tiny baby swirl going the other direction. Right there. Cool. I love that. See? And then it just fits our pizza real cute. Just like that. Okay. So I'm going to move this jean leg up a little bit, and I'm going to start working on the other side so you can see. I need this to be able to dry, and I don't want it to be falling off of my desk too much. Like we had said before, we need to let this sit for 24 hours so that all of our puff paint dries completely. It's easy to forget to do that because you get in a hurry and you get excited. So you want to make sure you have a big space. My desk is a little small just because of what I'm trying to show you guys today. But if you had a big kitchen table, you could lay all of this out flat and do the entire front in one sitting. But for me, and my, what I'm trying to accomplish with you guys, I don't have that much space. So if you mess up, look how easy that was. It's also very easy to clean up. So I accidentally made a little bit of a mess, but I was able to just wipe it up right there. Be sure you have some baby wipes, some wet wipes. That's always a nice, helpful tool to have. If this happens to your paints and it gets a little bit gobby, just wipe that down one time and you're good to go. So you can just wipe these down as you go. Because, you know, painting does tend to get a little bit messy. That's why I love it so much. Okay. Let's switch to the other side and I'll show you some florets and we'll do a little bit more patchwork. But again, I'm the most disorganized person in the world and no one ever sees me work usually. So you're seeing a blip into my crazy when I'm crafting. My husband hates it. I make a huge mess. Okay, let's work on this side. And usually, I don't know if you guys have a way of putting your paints together when you're working. This is really helpful for me. I just have one of these little craft carriers. Again, you can get these at Michael's too. You can have a bigger one. You can just have one that comes out by itself. So I took all of my paints out and I put them in one container. I try not to be too disorganized and have them laying all around. So every time I'm done using them, you just put them right back. It keeps them safe and all together so you're not throwing things all over the place. Okay. Let's add a couple more patches before I start on my florets. How about, okay, you guys choose. You choose which patch I do next. I have cheeseburger, I have cherries, I have French fries, I have taco, drink, and smiley face. What do you guys think I should put on next? Let me know. What do you think? I'm leaning towards cherry or cheeseburger. Maybe I'll do both. Maybe we'll do cherry up here. Oh, let's do cheeseburger. Okay. Patricia says, oh, cherries and cheeseburger. And you guys, let's do them all. I can't say no to you. It's too hard. So I'm going to do all of them. Okay, let's do, but the thing is, I don't want, if you can kind of see where my smiley face is, I don't want them to be level because that's not going to look messy on purpose. So we want to make sure that we offset. So we'll put the cheeseburger down here and we'll fill this with puff paint. See what I mean? Because you don't want it to be perfectly level. It's going to look a little silly, honestly, if you have it just straight to the side. So we'll drop it down here. We've got our glue. Add a little touch here and a touch there, like so. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's lean it up like that, out to the side. I like that look. Press it down. Again, you guys, this is, oh, sorry for shaking you. See? This is quick drying glue, so you don't need to hold it there for longer than a second or two. It's great because it even feels really solid. Even flicking it up is really hard. So that's already starting to dry. That's super cool. Okay, let's add in our cherries. Let's clear this out so I can see where I want to get crazy here. So maybe we'll do the cherries kind of in this. Oh, see, but I don't want it to be level with my smiley face. This is where it gets really tricky, trying to be messy on purpose, because if you end up making it look too symmetrical, it's going to throw your whole design off. So I don't want my smiley face and my cherries next to each other. Oh, you know what? I'll put them up here a little bit. How's that? That's better. Okay, so we'll put them up there. You just want to have the entire piece in your mind as you go, if that makes any sense to you guys, just so that you have kind of an end result that you want of not having it look too crazy. Okay, where did I decide this was going to go up here? Let's diagonal it a little bit. And remember to put fabric glue on your tiny pieces too. Don't forget to do your leaves. And I did a touch, just a little touch of it on the stems. Press that down. It's nice. Now it's already started not to move. That's cool. Oh, that's so great. I wish I had this fabric glue when I was younger. It would have been a lot less headache for me. I used to sew these on, and now it's just not necessary with how great they've done their fabric glue. And that wasn't a thing when I was doing this the first time around. Okay. So now we're going to go in. Oh, sorry for bumping you guys. It's like you're going on a roller coaster ride with me. Let's add some more zigzags. We don't have enough of those. So let's do neon. And I'm going to do a zigzag up in this direction, and then we'll add some florals all around. So I'm going to start on the leg here. I'm going to hold my paint pen up a little bit so I get a good angle. I'm going to shake it off screen. There we go. Put the lid on, shake. Okay. And we're just going to zigzag. Oh yeah, that's good. I love it. I love it. I love that so much. It comes out so smooth. It's great. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that. What colors have I not used yet? We haven't used purple yet. Let me grab my purple. Oh, I shook you again. How dare I? I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out with the phone holder and everything. Okay, let's use lilac or purple. Okay. So now let's do some more dots right here, because I just want to bring in all of the designs I'm using up here in the corner that you can't see anymore. I'm going to use those and bring them down here too to tie it all in. So we're just going to do some dots. Again, I don't want them to look perfect. And if they end up looking too like square, it ruins all of it. So you need to make sure you're just going in and out. Oh, I need to shake this a tad bit. So every time you put your paint pens down, you really should have to shake it when you pick it back up, because the paint settles down there. So just 1, 2, 3, and we're good to go again. Add a few more dots, different sizes, different shapes. Let's make that go all the way up there, all the way down here. I like that. Cool. Yeah, I'm into that. Okay. Now let's put a floret. We'll do a floret right here. You can let me know which one you think is easier. But I think they're both kind of even. Let's do what color? Let's do blue. The colors are the hardest thing for me to figure out, honestly. Okay, boom, boom. Shake it 2, 3 times. Now here's how we do our other type of floret. These are the same shape. You're going to use a C shape. You're going to start in the middle, make a small C shape in a blob. So it almost kind of looks like my dots. Slowly but surely, you're going to work your way out, creating big blobs all the way around your center blob. So we're just going to curl and curve around in the shapes of the C, like this. Now, don't go in a perfect circle. Don't go like this consistently. You want to skip around. So do this side. Now we'll go back over to this side. And you fill in some of your gap like that. Now we'll go back over here. See, I'm not going in a perfect circle to do this. So you're going to skip around a little bit. This. Fill it in. I personally think the more paint, the better. I like how that looks with it being a nice heavy paint. I don't like any, what do you call it when it's not opaque? I always use the word opaque so it's not see-through. Translucent. So we don't want it to be translucent at all. So we're going to work around in our curves. Fill in the gaps as you go. That. Do one over here. And we're just going to work our way out, you guys. And kind of it's up to you. As soon as you feel it's big enough of our rosette, then you can stop. I like them to be quite large. And I'm also trying to fill up a big space. So I want to make sure that it fits nicely in my space I'm trying to use it for. So we're just going to curve a few more. We'll do a few more petals. And you can see too, everyone, my petals are getting bigger as I go out because we want it to look like a rose. And that's how roses are. So we make our petals larger as we go out to the corners. Fill it in nicely like that. Okay, now see, I'm getting really close to my cherries. So I'm going to start bringing it in a little bit. And almost finishing up. Curve it out. And you can also push your paint with the tip. You can push it around if you'd like to. Again, this is super easy to manipulate. If you do that and you have gunky on your top, that's why we have our towelettes. Wipe it, good to go. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit more dimension right up here. And then we'll call it a day. Like that. Oh, well, it looks a little uneven. Let's do this one too. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So, oh, look, see, I gunked up. Let me fix that real quick. Watch your hands, everyone. Watch your hands. Fix that. When you have a little bit more time, I'm trying to make sure we get through. We're already at 10:30 now, so I want to make sure we get through this and I teach you all these techniques. But when you're doing this on your own, you're going to be more careful than Shelly, aren't you? I'm just rushing through a little bit. Let me clean up my hand. And again, look, it comes right off your hand. Super washable. That's why I love it. And you know what? This is really fun for my kids to use as well because it doesn't ruin the countertops. It doesn't ruin their hands. It doesn't ruin their clothes if you wash it right off. So this is a really fun, these are really fun to use with your kids if you do have young kids at home. These are really fun to use. So this is like Christmas to my daughter because she knows she can have all of my puff paints after I'm done teaching you guys. Okay, we need to add some leaves. Let's add some leaves to our floret here. I was really loving our teal. So let's get our teal back out. Use our teal again. And we're going to do the same technique we did down here. We're going to go in the shape of S's and C's. So we shook it a little bit. And we're going to curl. We're going to use whatever negative space we have. We have space here. We have space up here and a little bit here, but I don't know that that's necessary because we've got our dots kind of going up there. So I'm going to put our leaves here and here. So you just kind of look at it from a bird's eye view and determine where you want to do your leaves. So I'm going to make them nice and big. There's number one. Whoops. Up like that. Leave number two. Whee. That. Cool. And let's do one more little one right here. I'm going to make this one a little bit of a smaller shape. Like that. Cool. I got a little bit of glob on my tip, so we're just going to wipe it off. Let's add a little bit right here too. Let me straighten out my jeans a tad. You don't want any rippling in your jeans if you can help it, because that's just going to be tough for you to add paint to. Okay. Let's do like a little ivy going off. If you want to do something different than those leaves, what you can do, start from one of your gappings, do one straight line or curved line, I'm sorry, do one curved line like that. And then you can add little leaves in blobs. So just blob 1, blob 2, go diagonal. See this? You blob it, just push. And here now we have a little ivy. Like that. Super simple, cute. And all I did, one line down, and then I just pushed in blobs going outward diagonally. Not too hard, huh? And that filled our gap right there that we needed to fill. So now I would say, you know what, I'm going to add a little bit, I'm going to add another little smiley face up here in my corner. So I feel like a patch needs to be put there. So I'm going to bring my glue back out. We'll do the one with her, the little butterfly in her hair. Bless her heart. Make sure you get the edge that has the little piece of fabric on it so that it doesn't peel off. There. Okay, I'm gonna reach without hitting you here. Oh, that fits perfect. Look at that. Pat it down. Cool. I think that does really good, filling a gap right there. Let's do a little bit more paint spatter with our paintbrush. Now, this one, you can see the paintbrush that I was using, it's not giving me a huge splatter. So if I were you, I would do a bigger tip than this. I wish I could tell you what number tip this was. I just don't recall. I kind of just went and grabbed it. I have a big container of Michael's brushes, hundreds of Michael's brushes. So I just grabbed this one because I thought it would give us a small splatter. But I think we need a bigger splatter than that. So when you're doing this on your own, get a fatter, maybe even a flat tip paintbrush to put your paint on the tip of, and then you can hit it and it'll give you a bigger splatter. But we'll use what we have for now. So what color do we want to do? I really am loving the neon yellow. So I'll add a little bit more, whoops, a little more neon. Any questions so far, everyone? What are you thinking? How do you like it? Is anyone doing this right now along with me, or are you just relaxing and watching the magic happen? Type in, let me know. Okay, let's see. I want to fill this gap, I want to fill that gap, and a little bit more here. So I'm just gonna kind of go all the way around and see what I get. Let's just see. Boom. Oh, see, that was a little bit. There we go. Add a little more. Okay. Let's add a little boop. Oh, that was a good one. The thing I love about art, you just never know what you're gonna get. But I love that. I love that it's a surprise every single time. That's what makes it art, right? Okay. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna now go, oh, I don't want to put yellow by yellow. So let's switch to pink. I'm gonna do some pink. I'm gonna wipe my brush off. Give it a little wipe here. Jen's doing it, making something different, using different colors. I cannot wait to see. If you guys post, I would love to see what you've done. Would you be a dear and tag me if you post what you've made today on social media? I'm really big on Instagram. I'm on my Instagram all the time, and I would absolutely love to see what you make. So if you guys could you tag me? I'm scribble.and.script on my Instagram. Tag me and let me see what you guys are making. And don't forget to hashtag gals from Michael and Tulip. What are we hashtagging if we're posting about our crafts today? They will write what we need to hashtag so we can see everybody's work. That'll be really fun. Okay, what was I gonna do? I forget the color I wanted. Let's do lilac, or let's do purple. I always call it lilac because it kind of, that's what my daughter calls it. Any kind of purple, my daughter's like, it's lilac. Okay, let's do that. And after I do this, we're going to do a little calligraphy because I am a calligrapher. It wouldn't be jeans without a little calligraphy. So I'll teach you what I can about that. Okay, a little bit more paint splatters there. Oh, you know what? Let's do some more. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Fills gaps. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. We're going to make a little, let's do a little bit more dots all the way around. That. Cool. Okay. So now that I feel in my heart that we've got pretty good coverage right now of the top of these jeans. Do you guys think so? I don't want to really overdo it. I know it is the 80s and a lot of jeans that I've seen are completely covered, but I'm happy with this right now because these are going to be the front of my legs. As soon as you see the crease, that's going to curve around my thighs. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've got some big thighs. So we're just going to leave the front for now. I'll let all this dry nicely so you can kind of tuck it under to see what you're working with here. But I like it. I'm really into my design so far. I think it's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to move up and I'm going to write, oh gosh, what's an 80s word, you guys? Give me an 80s word. I'm thinking tubular, but it can really be whatever. And I'll calligraphy it, and you can kind of see how I do calligraphy with, I know I'm not here teaching you calligraphy, but hey, maybe you're interested to see how we do calligraphy. Let's see, steampunk, love that for you, Fabrizio, but that's a little bit too long of a word. I need something a little bit shorter that'll just kind of go all the way along here. Oh, we can do a Stussy S too before we leave. Oh, totally rad. Oh, okay. I love totally. It's got double L's and that is gorgeous in calligraphy. So let's do totally. What color, what color, what color? Let's do orange. Okay. Let me sit down and get my wits about me and we'll do a little calligraphy situation. Okay, let's do totally. Totally. Totally, totally. Okay. Shake it. And here we go. So we do our T. I have a hard time talking when I'm writing because I'll misspell something. So hang in with me for a minute while I do this. Now, here's a really quick calligraphy lesson. Every time you have what we call a downstroke on a letter, so anytime you are going downward in your strokes, you want to add extra thickness to it. So I'm going to go back and add more thickness to the downstroke of this T. So I'm going to make it nice and thick here. That is called faux shading. Does anyone do calligraphy with us today? I teach workshops on that too. Hint, hint, if you want to learn it. Okay, so there's our T. Now this is going to be tricky because we need a really nice clean nib or tip for this. So I'm going to clean this after every letter. Okay, we have our O, sits here. O. We're going to add a little extra thickness to the downstroke of the O. Okay, clean off. Swoop up. Whoop. Okay, am I misspelling this already? Nope, I'm good. T. Up. Okay, add thickness to the back of the T. Just like this. Tammy, you can find my workshops. I list my virtual and in-person workshops on my social medias and my website. So you can, if you're an Instagram type person, I always post them on Instagram first. But my website is scribbleandscript.com. So you can find my workshops there as well. I'll be doing another virtual workshop in August. Okay, we have A-L-L-Y, making sure I can fit everything here. Okay, A. Okay, add thickness. Thickness. And I like to add thickness as I go, not after I'm done with my words, because then some of your paint is going to be more dry than the other letters, and that's not going to look good. It'll look a little bit strange. Okay, double L's. L1. Oh, I'm going to go straight up into L2. Whoa! There we go. And our thickness in. It's really tough with calligraphy because it's a very slow process. And the danger of misspelling easy words is real. I tend to misspell things very often when I'm trying to do my calligraphy. Okay. Add our thickness, our Y, all the way down. Oh, yeah, like that. A little bit more thickness on our downstrokes and thickness all the way down on this downstroke. Oh, we can even do some shading. We'll do some shading on this too. Adds a little extra pop of color. Okay, so here we have our totally, and we're going to add now what we call our cross bars, which is our T and T. So we're going to do T1 and then T2. Like that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go in and we'll add a little bit of shading in a different color. And that'll be really fun. Let's see. First person to tell me what color I should do shading in, I'll do the shading in. So this is orange. What color should I do a little bit of outline shading? Red. Done. Okay. I haven't used red yet. Let's do it. Let's do neon red. That'll be fun because we have normal red and then they have neon red as well. So, I mean, it is the 80s. We're partying. So let's do neon. Okay. Shake, shake, shake. Now we're going to, oops, oh, I'm shaking everything. We're going to do the same rule we did with our shading. So you find where your downstrokes are on the left side of your letters. That's where you're going to add all of your extra shading. So be consistent. Do it on the left or on the right, but not on both if you want to do shading. So we're going to do the left. And we're just going to do little lines on the side right along the downstrokes like this. Adds a little bit of dimension. Isn't that cute? I like this color choice. Who suggested this? Fabrizio did. Good job. I love it. See that? What do you guys think about that? I think it's great. Oh, I think that's a really good choice. I think shading wins. Cool. And you can do this, of course, it doesn't need to be just to calligraphy. You guys could do this in capital letters. And this is how you manage to make it look a little bit fun. You just add shading to wherever your letters have downward strokes. This works for capital letters, for regular print, for your own cursive. Doesn't need to be fancy calligraphy to make it look fun like this. Okay, almost done, almost done. Again, we're going on the left side, like so. Oh, bonk. And there we go. Oh, I love that. Cool. So there we go. There's our totally. Now, because I'm laying all of this paint on so heavy, everyone, I'm going to probably let this dry longer than a day before I turn these pants over and then try to write on the back. Because there's just so much thickness to it. I'm probably going to leave it for a day and a half, maybe even 2 days before I flip these over and get my the back of it all crazy. It just makes sense to me to do that. So give yourself a little bit of extra grace if you're going as thick as I am, just to make sure you don't flatten out your puffness, because I like the look of the puff. But for now, it's 10:50. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to open up questions now and have you guys put in any questions you might have, any comments. Tell me how you liked the workshop so far, and we'll spend the rest of our 10 minutes together discussing and talking about if you guys have any troubles you ran into, anything you have for me. I'll turn my my face video back on so we can chat with each other. And let me know how you liked it, if you had a good time and if you learned something new. More importantly, I want you to learn something new with me today. So let me know, talk to me. Oh, everybody. Okay. Tammy loved the shading. Thank you. Sherry looks great. Bernice, you're so welcome. Cool. I can't wait to see what you guys made. We'll see. I'm really liking mine. I may even take a picture in these after they're done and post it. we'll see if I can still fit in them. I haven't put them on in a few weeks. So fantastic job. Oh, thank you, Gloria. I appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any pieces of info you want to. Allison had so much fun. Yay! Cool. Judy, everything was new to me. Great ideas. Thank you. You're so welcome. I'm glad I could show you something brand new. Can it go in the dryer? Emma, yes, it can go in the dryer. Here's my thing about it though. I am a mom. I like to make sure if I do stuff like this, I do it on my kids' backpacks. I do it on their school shirts. So just to make sure it lasts a really long time, I do pull them out of the washer after I'm done with it and I hang dry them. Though they can go in the dryer. It's one of those things, if it gets tossed in the dryer, it's not gonna crack, nothing like that's gonna happen. But just for good wear and tear and to be a little bit responsible with your fabrics that have any kind of hand painting on them, you want to hand dry them as much as possible just to be responsible about it. But it's not gonna ruin it if it goes in the dryer. My Instagram name in the chat. Yes, scribble.and.script. Thank you, Jackie, for tagging me there. Go give me a follow if you guys can. I like to keep you all very entertained on my social medias. It's mostly calligraphy. I do wedding calligraphy for the most part. That's what I stay the most busy with, especially during wedding season, which is now. But I do try to put in a lot of helpful tips about lettering, using paint pens. I work with Duncan and Tulip and Aleene's a lot, and Michael's a lot. So I like to include a lot of helpful tips that way too. Thank you for the reminder, Kelly. Class is being recorded. So anyone who wants to go back and see these things, if you forget how to do the Hibiscus application or how to use the paint splatter or do the florets, you can go back and check that. I use a lot of these designs on my signs as well. I'm a big sign maker. I make a lot of signs on acrylic and wood and mirror, and I use these same designs with a lot of stuff. But this was particularly fun today because I very rarely get to do swirls and fun stuff like that. Do you need to wash first if new fabric? No, you don't. You don't need to wash it first. Some people love to wash their things directly when they first buy them. I don't have time for that. So I usually just buy my stuff. I bring it home, whether that's a blank shirt or jeans. These jeans have been washed before because I've worn them before, but it's not integral that you wash your things before. That's not a big deal. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, everyone is saying the nicest things. They had good time. Oh, Jen had a good time. Awesome. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm a teacher at heart. So when I get to teach things, I hope you can tell that it's my true joy to show you how to do fun things, especially with crafting. I never thought I'd get to do this. So it's truly my pleasure. But if anybody has any more questions, we have a couple more minutes. But other than that, I'll just kind of hang out couple more minutes and see if anybody has any more questions for me. Kelly, Jackie, do you have anything to add to everyone before they log off?
Everything's great on my end, Shelly. I think it was a great class. Really loved it.
Cool. Okay. In that case, thank you all for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your week and get to crafting. Bye, everyone. Great to meet you.